When I got in contact with you initially, my weight was around 84, 85 kg. And I was not knowing how to eat and in what composition I should eat. So when I got in touch with you initially, the way you have described the entire meal structure and what we should be consuming on everyday basis and what we should not be. I have done two major changes. I started taking black coffee instead of the tea, which I used to take three times in a day. Previously, I was not taking protein. I have also decreased my carbs intake. And as of now, when we speak, my weight is 76 kg. I have not given any effort to reduce my weight, right? I have been doing the same thing what I was doing before I got in touch with you. And the only the change which I have done is proper structuring of the meal, intermittent fasting, and the increased intake of the protein.
Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of The Good Talk. We have today with us Mr. Bikash Poddar. He's a chartered accountant and based in Singapore for last 1 decade, who joined our program about 3 months back. And he's here with us today to share his experience of the entire program and the results which he's seeing. So, thanks a lot, Vikas, for joining us today on The Good Talk.
Thank you, Govind.
Yeah, absolutely. Face to face conversation is happening after a very long time. But glad you connected with us 3.5 months back when we had a telephonic conversation. You shared about your health, which is, I think, the first step uh, in any healthcare journey. Sharing and whatever optimization or help you're looking for. And glad we are connecting again, this time face to face after 3 months, and hopefully amazing transformation journey, which I'd love to hear more from you. So, because my first question to you would be that before joining, like about 3 months back, what was your relationship with your health and weight? What were some of the challenges that you were facing?
When I initially got in contact with you, that time I was much bothered about my weight, right? Actually, when I got in contact with you initially, my weight was around 84, 85 kg. And I do exercise every day. So I consider myself to be a fit person. Even, I'm a very frugal eater. I don't eat much. I'm a vegetarian by diet. But I was not knowing how to eat and in what composition I should eat. So when I got in touch with you initially, the way you have described, the entire meal structure and what we should be consuming on everyday basis and what we should not be. So I have done two major changes. I started taking black coffee instead of the tea, which I used to take three times in a day. Now take three times black coffee in a day. That is one major change I have done after I got in contact with you. Number two, previously I was not taking protein. I was taking a bit of protein. My protein intake was not as good as it is now after I got in contact with you. Currently, I'm taking around 70 to 75 gram of protein. On a general basis, maybe 80 gram protein on a everyday basis. So these two major changes I have done. I have also decreased my carbs intake, and as of now when we speak, my weight is 76 kg. And I have not given any effort to reduce my weight, right? I have been doing the same thing what I was doing before I got in touch with you. The only the change which I have done is proper intake of protein, proper structuring of the meal, intermittent fasting, and the increased intake of the protein. I have done small changes in my exercise routine as well after I got in contact with you. Do the exercise, or take care about what I should be doing on everyday basis. So I have seen the result. I've seen the result. That's I can see.
No, that's very encouraging because as a principle, also we believe, if you try to change a lot of things in your current routine, number one, it may work for a very short period of time, but it won't be sustainable. And number two, the outcomes also, either it will be very drastic, or there'll be failure of compliance in that whole routine. So at the Good Weight, we strongly believe that we really need to work on optimization, making small, meaningful but sustainable changes, which you rightly mentioned about. And glad, from 84 to 76 is good 8 kg weight loss, which is a significant weight loss in 3 months journey, and which I believe is very, very much sustainable if you're able to adopt some of the lifestyle changes that you have made. To that, I'd like to ask that weight is one aspect, which is you mentioned about your weight loss from 84 to 76 in 3 months. But what are other aspects of your lifestyle or of your health that you see changes in?
The other changes which I can see is, I mean, the stamina has increased. I mean, I'm into running. I go for running on 3 times in a week. So, I mean, I'm into exercise. I do exercise on everyday basis. Some day I do yoga. Some day I go to the gym. Some day I go for the running. So generally, I go for running 3 times in a week. So I mean, whenever I used to go for the running, I had my own way of measuring the stamina, my stamina. Now I can see that the stamina has increased. This is the number one change. Number two is the mindset is more clear. I mean, the thought process, the way of thinking. I mean, that has improved. And third is, nowadays I'm more calm. I mean, I generally don't get angry very often. So my patience level has also increased. I mean, I can only see this difference from my perspective. I mean, I'm not sure how other people is seeing the change, but I can see these changes inside me.
That's amazing to hear. So we are talking about improved mental strength, improved stamina or energy levels. I think that's a wholesome, and that's what again when we define ourselves as good weight and great health. So I think you are exemplifying those, through the examples of changes that you are seeing. So, Vicky, the next thing is, so no journey is ever smooth, right? It's a 3 months journey for you now. What are some of the challenges, if at all, you faced in adopting some of the changes we suggested, or anything else that you would want to talk about?
So initially, when I got in contact with you, you gave me a detailed framework. I mean, what lifestyle I should follow. So I mean, I have two kids at my home. I mean, and the wife who is also working. So for me, adapting everything at a time is not easy. So I can only do minor and small changes to my life. I mean, to my eating routine, right? So initially, when you gave me the framework, so I was not able to do a lot of changes, and I mean I was struggling how to cut down the carbs, increase the protein intake. I mean, which was quite difficult for me. But that time I got in touch with you and I tried to explain you. I mean, what are the challenges I'm facing, and the way you supported me, the way you advised me of doing small changes at a time and not pushing myself a lot. Slowly, at first, I started taking black coffee. Then slowly and gradually, I decreased my carb intake and then increased my protein intake. So, I mean, the challenges was that I was not able to adapt completely what you have advised me. I was only able to adapt 50% or 60% whatever you have told me. And I think even if I'm able to adapt 50, 60% whatever you have told me, I mean, it's more than enough for me. Whatever I'm looking, I mean, adapting 50, 60% would be more than enough for me.
We never gave you any meal plan that for lunch you should eat this, for dinner you should eat this. We provide you with frameworks, and the reason for doing that is, to again make it sustainable. It's like an equation. So if you follow an equation, you put any variables to it, x, y, depending upon what stage of life you're in, what day of life you are in, and that equation will still work. So yeah, we provide you with framework, we provide you with a structure, a new way of eating, a new way of working out, a new way of managing your stress, and which will give you results.
So for me, I mean, I have a lot of work stress. So for me, managing the work stress is also a very big task. I mean, after I started following your program, I was able to manage my stress, reduce my stress. I mean, that is also one of the major achievement I can say that I mean I was able to gain following your program.
Thank you so much for that, that you were able to decrease your stress level with the programs, which is a very natural outcome again that we see with most of our clients. So Vicky, my last question to you would be like, anyone who's looking or evaluating the good weight program, do you have any message for them?
I would definitely recommend refer. I mean, you. I mean, I understand you very well. I mean, the way you explain things to the people. I mean, the way you get in contact with the people. Definitely, I'm going to recommend every people, and I can give my assurance to them. I can vouch for you. I mean, I can easily tell. I mean, I know Govin very well. I mean, whosoever wants any help in the health, right? They can easily contact you, and they would get rid of their problem.
Thank you much. Thank you so much, because I think that's a statement which I have to carry with a lot of responsibilities on my shoulder. But thank you for that trust. And thank you again for joining us today, for sharing your experience with the Good Weight program. We wish you continued health. And hopefully, like, even if you are able to follow 50% of the framework that we have suggested with you, we can again assure you that the results which you're seeing today would continue with you. Sustainability again is the major focus for all of our programs. We wish you continued good health and great weight.
Thank you.
Thank you.